Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geekonomics. We're back. It's a new year. 2024 is here, and we're back in the studio. Hopefully something we're going to try to do more often than we did last year.
I can't see you. This microphone is...
You gotta learn to
it's in my way.
Use your microphone better.
No, I can see you, Mark.
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to do our best, our darndest.
Our darndest.
The winter time is tougher, I think, because of the weather. And the weather has been crazy.
Yeah. Work schedule situations and such.
But...
You right there, Grandpa?
I got some gum.
Oh, I thought you were chewing on your cut or something.
Making old man noises.
Got a little bit of... I found that. There's a brownie I had this morning for breakfast.
So, we're going to do our best to be in the studio.
Yeah, we're going to.
But, yeah, we just got out of a snowstorm, and now we're going into a nice windy downpour storm. So.
It's just rain and wind. I don't understand.
You don't understand? Rain and wind?
I don't understand why people are like, oh my gosh.
Power can go out. Well,
power used to go out all the time when I was a kid. It wasn't like a big, huge event. We didn't like have warnings about it.
Were you around during the October storm of 2013?
I think kids nowadays are weak. They don't complain about everything. A bunch of whiny. Here, so I'm gonna make it so I can see.
All right. Let's not step. We're stepping in the wrong direction. Let's stay positive. Yes.
I used to walk uphill both ways.
Wind is not good, especially in the wintertime. If my power goes out in the summertime, I don't care. But in the wintertime, yes. As a homeowner, I'm concerned of a tree limb falling on my house, of the power going out too long that a pipe would freeze, not having heat. So as a homeowner, yes, I'm 100% concerned, and I hope we don't lose
I hope
power.
It doesn't happen either. But
In the last windstorm, destroyed our side gate.
Yeah.
My grandfather's shed was flattened like a tin can because a tree fell on it. And my parents just bought a pool over summertime, and
it collapsed.
A bunch of tree limbs, big tree limbs fell on it. Hopefully, it survived, but put dents in it. So, it's very destructive when you own property.
Well, yeah.
So, yes, I'm not a big fan of it. Like I said, if it was summertime we lost power, so be it. Wintertime, not a fan. So
the other down part of winter is that you get like the coughs for no reason. You just get coughs. There's nothing wrong with you. You just have like a cough because of...
You just sound like a whiner, Mark.
Yeah. Well, just... You know what really grinds my gears?
People who complain about coughs.
Well, I'm just saying. So if I cough during the show, I'm letting people know I'm not sick or anything. It's just...
He's not
seasonal,
sick.
The seasonal cough, as I call it.
You got the 100-day cough. All right, all kidding aside, let's Happy New Year, Mark.
Happy New Year, Brian.
Let's stay positive.
Happy 2024.
There's a lot of great things that happened last year. I think a lot of great things
that was last year.
A lot of great things are going to happen in 2024.
Deadpool comes out in May.
It's the only thing I care about, Mark.
It's the only thing going on.
As long as I can survive until then,
I don't think anything else is going on. Well, hopefully past that. We want to, have you around for a while, Brian. Don't be like...
No.
Putting that mojo out into the world.
I just want to see Deadpool 3, and that's it.
Then everything after that can be fun.
No, actually, it's like one of the... there's a lot of good movies coming out this year, but I'm glad Marvel brought it back. We're getting one, and I think that's great.
Well, I think it's the strikes also affected that situation as well. I think if there wasn't strikes, we would have had the usual 4.
Could be. There was a lot of movies already in the can, ready to go. But they're doing reshoots, rewriting.
Yes.
Maybe because they realized
they sucked.
It's been mediocre at best.
Yeah.
So, yes, I agree with that.
Phase 5 has been the phase of uncertainty and confusion.
Yes. But Mark,
now it's even more uncertainty and confusion because now you got to replace a whole villain. So.
Yeah, Kang. I don't think this happened.
I think literally right after we did this last show of the year.
You're right. Kang was
when we recorded the last show of the year.
Well, Kang wasn't let go, but the actor was let go.
Yeah, actually, they didn't let go of the villain. They're like, "All right, Kang, we're sorry, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to let you go."
And he's like, "But there's millions of me.
But there's millions of me. How are you gonna we could just get another actor. It's fine."
I think there was rumors or talks that the guy from The Walking Dead, who's been in other things, he was on the show prior to me stopping watching that show.
The big guy?
Yeah. There's rumors
he'd be good.
That he could be the one replacing it.
Yeah.
I guess years ago, he was in an interview.
Yeah.
And in the interview, he had said he would love to be a villain in anything Marvel.
I mean,
That was his
back
thing.
then. That was a thing to be in.
So that's the rumor. I think people are just going off
I
that.
mean, it could be anybody. You can
could
get
be.
Terrence Howard, bring him back. Why not?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can bring Terrence. Oh, we go full circle.
Yes.
I don't know. We'll just see how it all develops. But Jonathan Majors
War
was
Machine's
like,
been Kang this whole time.
yes.
He was a Skrull this whole time.
Oh God, squirrels, please never come back. Just let them go away.
Poor Skrulls got a bad rap.
They got a bad rap.
They got a bad rap.
Bad writer.
They got a bad rap.
Bad
man.
writers for the squirrels.
Such a decent thought process and character of the Marvel Universe just scrapped by
Yeah.
one bad show.
They're just constantly in peril. They're constantly just
They're
being.
like the world's worst.
Nobody
the
wants
universe's
them.
worst.
The Earth doesn't want them. Then other planets that they're on gets bombed.
Yeah, there's probably some kind of correlation to some real life people, but we're not gonna get that.
No, but
on this
it's
show.
interesting that like all these other there's in the MCU there's millions of planets and all these places that people, creatures and aliens live peacefully, but the Skrulls, nobody wants them. Nobody.
Don't want them around.
So today, Mark, today's
Yes.
show, we're going to end the show off with our review of the Christmas special of Doctor Who
Yes.
and the final season of Letterkenny. So we're going to save those two things for the end of the show.
Sounds good.
So Mark, the 100-year cough.
100-year cough.
How was
It's
your
going around,
How was
man.
your vacation? How you watch anything, see anything, do anything?
Like we said, I watched the Doctor Who special. I watched Letterkenny.
I know, but you
yeah,
know,
I'm
anything
saying
else?
so those things.
Anything else?
What If? I watched that.
How is the What If?
Season 2 was amazing.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of them. There was a couple stand episodes. The Kahori episode was really cool. It's all set in indigenous times. And it's all spoken in, I can't remember the name of the tribe that she's in, but it's all
Indigenous.
done in that
Right.
language. So that was pretty cool. And the way they kind of interwoven that into the rest of the story, and the way they end the season links to things that are going on right now. So there's a possibility of things in the future that, if it's what I'm thinking it could be, it's going to be pretty awesome. So,
Well, what were they?
well, I don't want to spoil it for you when you watch it.
I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I'm taking a break from Marvel stuff right now.
This is worth it, though.
I am not going to watch anything Marvel until Deadpool 3. I'm on a MCU diet.
That's
I'm not
fasting.
gonna. I'm
It's
not
not a
gonna.
diet. It's
I'm
fasting.
fasting. I need to miss it because right now, I just need a break from it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it's good.
Yeah.
I will watch it, but not now.
Yeah.
Just like I'm gonna. As recording, we're
The other
recording
thing
on the 9th.
yeah.
Echo comes out tonight.
Oh, does it? Oh, all 5 episodes.
All 5 episodes.
That'll give me something to watch tonight.
You're going to be watching it, so I want a full report from you.
Man.
I'm going to hold out on watching this show until I hear if I hear good things, I'll check it out, but probably going to skip it. I don't know where this is going to land.
I mean, also, I'm assuming it's going to lead into the Daredevil show, which is coming out next year. Or this year.
It's not coming out this year, next year.
Oh, they moved it? Oh, well, there you go.
Because during the writer's strike, they watched the
that's right.
footage.
That's right.
And they're like,
I
this is
remember that now.
garbage.
That's right.
We're starting over.
That's right.
So,
But yes, I heard it leads into that. So that would at least be something.
yeah. I mean,
And I'm hearing they're like unneutering Daredevil from his terrible She-Hulk appearances.
yeah, I mean, seeing Daredevil and She-Hulk was probably my favorite part of that show.
Except he was not Daredevil. He was an annoying, stupid lawyer guy that slept with She-Hulk.
Well, he was Daredevil.
And then gave him the dumb, like, walk of shame scenes.
He fought as Daredevil.
I know, but it's still stupid. The whole show was stupid.
Well, I agree, but I think Daredevil out of the whole thing was probably the best part.
Yeah.
But
they gotta bring it back to like the Netflix Daredevil, I think was the best.
see, this is why I'm nervous about Echo, because they have been really pushing this TVMA. The trailers look good.
Yes.
And the
Well, I think
last
it's also-
time I was
yeah.
snookered was the Marvels. And now I enjoyed the Marvels, but I was snookered by the trailers, but right before it came out, and I kind of feel like they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, because you just thought that for some reason they were going to bring back all these people, which wasn't going to happen.
I just thought there would have been better writing on that movie.
Well, I mean, you have to cover it somehow. I mean,
But I don't know. So I want to hear from you the next time we record. I want to
that'd
hear
be next week.
Yeah. So then I will decide to watch it or not.
Okay.
Because
But you
like I
won't
said,
though, because you're on your Marvel fast.
If I hear glowing things about this, it could break the fast. It could be the only thing that breaks it. Would be it.
I mean, I think without seeing Echo yet, of course, I think What If is worth watching.
But see, I'm not that excited by What If right now. It's like, all right, I'll get to it.
Very Peggy Carter centric, which is awesome because Agent Carter is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like What If season
So they definitely
1,
are
but-
bringing. They're definitely hinting at bringing her into reality in like live action.
But I don't think the What If stuff has to connect to the live action. I think it's its own thing.
Well, I think it, like I said, at the end of the season of What If, the way they end the very last scenes, very much hints at it being involved in the bigger multiverse, live action multiverse.
I don't know.
Because they show a certain thing, and it's like, oh well, that's obviously from
But
the
it could-
past show that was just out.
It could just be all
It
part
very
of the
much
What If
connects together.
world. The What If animated world.
Well, I think that's what that's the hint at, is that the previous show that came out for Marvel,
Secret Invasion.
no, Loki was the last one that came out before that,
Oh, yeah.
ended with a scene with a certain thing in it, and the same thing is at the end of What If.
What? What's his name dying?
No, the tree.
Oh, yeah.
They show the tree in both ends of each season.
Right.
So leads you to kind of, because like they're even like, oh, we have to go. Like the Watcher and Peggy Carter, like the Watcher tells Peggy Carter, like we have to go figure this out, so to speak.
Yeah, but I think it all could be just part of the narrative of the cartoon. I don't think it has to go to live action.
Well, I think sooner or later I think sooner or later that guy is going to come in as a live action character. The Watcher? Yeah.
We've already seen the Watchers in
But
Guardians.
that Watcher itself is that actor.
Does it have to though? I don't think it does.
I mean, I think it would be. I mean, I think it's a great way to connect it all. And they're already like season 3 is like they're already basically coming out with it.
But I mean, we did have a Peggy Carter as Captain Britain in the
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. That happened.
Yeah. So we've
It's
seen
possible.
it before, so
Yeah.
it doesn't
I
mean
don't
we
think it has
can't
to be-
have it again.
Major plot.
No, but I mean, I think
small
it's
connection for
I think
fans.
that's what they're talking about with the original plan for Kang and doing the Kang's Dynasty situation, all that. The remaking of the Avengers is what I'm thinking. Is she would be the replacement for Captain America?
Yeah, it's really hard to get excited about the Avengers when I don't even know who the Avengers would be.
Yeah,
Nobody knows. I mean, right now we know there's a young Avengers that is slowly just
and Thunderbolts
started.
is being put together.
With Thunderbolts, we've already had a picture. We already know that's happening, but we have no idea about.
And
the
the after
Avengers.
credits scene very much hooks into Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I'm more excited about the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Which won't be coming out till next year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So
All right, so that's
I
good.
watched that, and I'm trying to think of anything else I've been watching. I blitzed through Young Sheldon just because it was on Netflix, and I was like, I needed some dumb thing to watch.
Young
Well, you need like you every once in a while,
Why?
well, because you ever like every once in a while, be like, I need like a no brain show to kind of
I
just
have
turn
a
my
couple
brain
of those
off.
half-hour shows. I understand.
And there was nothing else really on, nothing else new out.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really want to watch anything too serious. I kind of just wanted to just turn my brain off. So I just put that on. It was on Netflix. It was in like the top 10 things on Netflix. So I was like,
Jeez.
So I blitzed through all this.
Is that show
6
still
seasons.
on?
Yeah, they're about to finish their last season. It's
How
about
many
to start.
seasons has it been?
7? This is their 7th season they're going into.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You think they'll do a baby Sheldon to really keep
Oh, probably not.
to really
I think this
bring
is
that
it.
stone
I
dry?
think this was the. Yeah. I mean, it's not a terrible show. It's not awful.
Yeah,
I've watched worse shows.
fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say anything. I watched Yellowstone last year,
Exactly. So I don't want to hear it.
but I didn't watch it willingly.
Yeah, because there isn't that much going on right now. There's not much stuff out to watch. Like, so it's kind of like I'm kind of like just jumping around trying to find things.
Yeah,
like I'm not really into Gen V. I've looked at it and I'm like,
I've heard all good things. That's
I know,
next on my
but I
list.
just like don't know if I want to like jump into it. Like The Boys.
I love The Boys.
I love The Boys, but it's like, do I need more of that?
Why not? It's like someone saying,
and there's no like
MCU. We need TV shows.
No, but
Do
it's
I
not
need
like
more of
connected
that?
to a comic or anything. It's not
So,
like it's just kind of
that's
like
awesome.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Like there's that Wheel of Power, that Wheel of Time show that's out. I
Yeah.
don't really care about that.
I don't even know what that is, but
It's the Amazon like Lord of the Rings
right
thing.
I'll never watch that.
Yeah,
Okay.
me neither.
Yeah, yeah.
So, bet John's all into it though. It sounds like
That's
a
fine,
John
man.
show.
One.
Wizards and all that fun stuff.
Anything else, Marcus? I got a little list. Of things.
That's about it. It just been like, well, football's been ending, so watching all the football stuff.
Yeah.
Get ready for Royal Rumble.
Yes, Royal Rumble. So I want to bring that up because I know this aired.
And building Lego. That's all I did.
Yes.
Yes, mostly.
Let's talk about that briefly. I did watch last February's WWE Elimination Chamber. Right? Elimination Chamber came out in February.
Last year.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I never watched that before.
Yes.
So I know that sets me back a couple months, obviously. Whatever.
Correct. 'Cause
But
that's way back in the
February of
Yes.
last year. So I did watch it.
because the new one's next month
Yeah, right.
in Australia.
Yes. And
Yes.
I've never seen Elimination Chamber before,
It's
which
an
was a lot of
experience.
fun.
Yeah.
So I watched that while building
An off-brand Lego.
the MTV Moon Man. Brickcraft
Yes.
made it. Brickcraft. I got it at Walmart for $25,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Deal, sold."
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the Brickcraft. I was like, "That's a nice deal." I like the Moon Man. I was excited. I got it. I
Yeah.
built it. It was a fun build, but it's interesting as someone who builds mostly all Lego stuff, and
Yeah.
you build mostly Lego stuff. It didn't bother me. It was off-brand or anything. The only thing I would say, when you get this off-brand, it's
Lego.
cheaper.
Yeah.
It looks like Legos. It's the same freaking thing. But
Yeah, it's the same system, but not exactly the same
there's no
system.
Lego logo on it. So
And it might not click together as well as
yeah,
Legos do.
They don't, like, some of the stuff doesn't click as solid as a Lego
Yes.
does. But the one thing, it was kind of like old school Legos before they put numbers on the bags.
Yeah.
And when you open the instruction book, it would be like,
Yeah.
open bag 1.
Yeah.
There's numbers
Free
on
for
the
all.
bags, but they don't make any sense. Right? I looked at
Yeah.
bag 1.
Yeah.
I opened bag 1.
Yeah.
I opened instructions.
Yeah.
Oh, these are all black Legos. The one I opened is all white and gray. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so I had to go in the middle of the manual.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun to just open all the bags
Yeah.
or open them as I go and like figuring. It was kind of fun that way. It was kind of old school because I remember Legos being that way at one point.
Well, because some of the Legos things, it gets too intense. If you were to open all the bags and then lay them all out,
Yes,
you'd be
it
like,
would be
I wouldn't be able to handle that pressure.
I think they become
searching
more
for things.
complex that you
Yeah.
have to do that. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah.
But with this, it was a small little thing. It actually made it a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. It was cool.
Like there's Mega Blocks. Like I've done some of the Mega Blocks, like Hot Wheels sets. They have like the big cars.
Yeah, there is
I've done some of
one
those.
Mega Block I want to buy.
There's Halos, like a lot of Halo Mega Blocks.
There is a Xbox 360 Mega Block, and it looks like it's the 360 system, and it actually has
the bulky
lights.
wide system.
It has lights in it.
Yeah.
So, and then it comes with a Halo CD jewel case that you build, and I think a controller, and you build it all, and it has lights in it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I've seen it a couple times. I think it runs for maybe 80, maybe $100 or less. That's one I really want to get my hands on. Around with the Atari and the Nintendo Lego ones.
Yeah.
But sometimes, the cheaper stuff is good because it's like, my God, the cooler stuff is so expensive. It's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brickcraft. It was good.
Yeah.
Good for what it was. It wasn't. it wasn't like, oh my God, I want to buy more Brickcraft, but
Invest in Brickcraft.
yeah. But it was.
But yeah, there's a bunch of different
for
ones.
what
like
it
that.
was,
There's
it was
like,
good.
Brick Zone, I think, is another one. Or the Block Zone, something
It'd be
like
funny
that.
if it was all just made in the same factory.
I mean,
Probably
it's not
is.
made in Denmark, but I'm pretty sure it's made in China or somewhere.
Probably.
But yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. Like I know, like the ones I see all the time is the Brick Zone ones. They do like full, huge, like Formula One car models that you can get. I'm
Yeah.
kind of tempted because Lego has one, but it's not a team that I follow.
Yeah.
Not a fan of. So it's like I don't really want to just get a Lego just to have a Lego. But
Well, we were talking about the new the Wolverine claw.
yes,
Lego
yeah,
was awesome. I'm gonna get the Batman cowl.
yeah, the Spider-Man mask.
Spider-Man, like I like that stuff. I'm gonna get that stuff.
Yeah, like I have all the Star Wars helmets.
Yes,
I haven't delved into the Marvel helmets because it's like I don't know if I want to.
I just
Trying not to like I'm
dins.
being more particular about my
I'm
Lego
just going
purchases.
with the stuff I think is cool looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I just got the catalog for January and there's like so much stuff in there. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, if you go to the Lego Expo again, I want to go with you.
It's interesting.
When is that again?
The one we went to, Josh and I went. It was at the one in the Mass Mutual Center.
Right.
It was, I don't know. There's different versions now.
It'd be cool just to go. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna buy anything, but just to kind of look at the stuff.
The builds were cool. It's a convention, so like the
Yeah.
prices of everything is
Ridiculous.
way more than it should be.
Yeah.
Like everything's marked up like $20 more than what it should be.
What I do, I
Like
go
there was
to
a helmet that I looked up
Yeah.
was $80 at the show. It was selling for $60 at Target. So Josh and I just went to Target and bought it.
Right. On the Target app, I don't know if people do this, but I do it. I put everything I want in the cart. Then I hit click, save for later. Then when I click my cart and I scroll down, anything that's in that save for later, if it goes on sale, that's when I get it.
Yeah.
I do that for a lot of things.
Yeah, I
Like
do that
save-
with Amazon.
Yeah.
I have like a wish list of all the
Right.
different Lego
It's
sets
a basic.
I want.
I do that in Best Buy, Target, Amazon. But you just
Yeah.
hit save for later, and then when you
I
every
mean, Best
Sunday,
Buy, you don't know what they're going to have because they keep getting rid of stuff out of their stores. So
yeah, I mean Best Buy's so far away. I just go to Target. I'd rather
no
go.
DVDs, no more Blu-rays, no physical media at the Best Buy.
Yes, they're phasing it out.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened 100% yet, but they're
Yeah.
phasing it out.
Like the closest one's like Holyoke in Manchester.
Yeah.
I'm not driving that far away for
No.
shopping.
I'll just do Target or have it mailed
No,
to me.
Yeah, sent to me by Amazon.
Yeah.
The
Also,
Zon, as I call it.
what was the last WWE special?
The last one was last December.
Yeah, but what was it? Because I couldn't.
Was
The app, I mean, the Peacock thing, when you go on there, you can go by recently uploaded, but it's a laundry list of things.
wasn't Survivor Series. Survivor Series?
Yes, it was Survivor Series.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
where CM Punk came back.
Yes.
That's Survivor Series. Oh, Josh is talking me through the glass. What?
Arena?
Randy? Oh, that was not Survivor Series. That was
I saw Survivor Series. That's when John Cena lost. No, Survivor Series.
he's spelling, but it's like he's spelling it the opposite way for me. So it's like I don't understand what he's saying.
Just
spelling
step
it
in
so
the
he can
room
see
and
it.
yell it at us, Josh.
Just text it to me.
All right,
I know.
just
I
text
could probably
it
look
to
it up on the website, on the WWE website. I can
Anyway, I'm asking because I want to try to watch that before the next big event.
Survivor Series was November.
Yes. What was in December? There was
December would have been
one right before Christmas. It was like before Christmas or after Christmas.
wasn't Fastlane. Backlash? No, Backlash is after WrestleMania.
My gosh.
War Games. That's what
War
it was.
Games.
But that was Survivor Series.
No, War
Survivor
Games.
Series War Games. That was War Games. Yeah, with the big cage. That was Survivor Series.
But
Yeah,
it's
so there wasn't one in
called-
December.
But it's called War Games.
It was Survivor Series War Games.
Okay.
It's what the full name of it is.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna have
War
to-
Games used to be its own when it was in WCW, and NXT used to use it, and it was War Games by itself. And then when it came into WWE, the main roster, they combined it with Survivor Series.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
That's what I'm trying to say,
before-
because I don't think there was a special in December, because it's usually at the end of the month, and that's Christmas. So they didn't do it. They had day one on New Year's Day, and they just did New Year's Eve Revolution, or New Year's Revolution. Those are the two like used to be pay-per-views that they've
everything's on there.
used into like highlighted weekly shows.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So now it's Royal Rumble's the next one. Yeah, because CM Punk comes back at the end of Survivor Series.
Okay.
And you watched that one, didn't you?
I didn't watch War Games.
Oh.
That's why I was asking. That's why I
Yeah.
ended up watching Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, so War Games. Yeah,
Put
Survivor
that on
Series.
instead, which was fun because I
Yeah.
never saw that before.
So look up Survivor Series. Don't look up War Games because you won't find War Games. You'll find Survivor Series.
Okay, on the Peacock app though, I remember what's his face was like he had his
In the
like,
water?
in the water.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, and it said War Games on it.
Yeah. That's the last one, yeah.
Yes,
That's
I
it.
remember that.
You are correct, sir.
All right, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to watch that.
Now it makes more sense now when you're spelling War Games. I'm like, why are you spelling with a W? I don't remember anything with a W. Because of Survivor Series. That's
Gotcha.
why. You got to get
Thank
to a
you.
microphone this year. I got to talk to Chris
Yeah,
about
we
that.
got to get the once in a while he can chime in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we have like a question and we're stumped on something,
Yeah.
and he has the answer for it, get you like a robotic camera in there so he can see you. Yeah. Just like the McAfee show where you can look inside the control room.
Well, we could point one of these
I know Josh
cameras
got his
right into
for
there.
the brand hat, and he's very proud of it. Looks like a MAGA hat.
All right. Let's take the focus.
There's
off
controversy with Pat McAfee right now. He like called out an executive from ESPN and everything. It was a big deal.
that. I don't know who
Yeah,
that
just
is.
look it
I
up.
don't know anything about
It's
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
TV news.
So for me, Marcus,
Yes. What have you been watching, Brian? Are you getting excited for? I saw the commercial during the NFL playoffs. They're pumping it very hard. The return of Law and Order is like this week, next week, sometime.
we are so far behind on order. Let me tell you.
You've had plenty of time to catch up because I haven't done any in a long time.
Let me tell you. Alice
Instead
and
of
me,
watching Yellowstone, you could have been catching up on Law and Order.
Well, first of all, we watch Yellowstone over the summertime. we usually we watch Barry. We watch a lot of shows before Christmas break.
Yes.
Christmas break, we come up, we go, what shows have we wanted to watch that's been in our backlog?
Yeah.
Okay. We watched 3 shows.
Uh-huh.
2 of them we finished.
Yes.
And the third one we're still in the midst of the seasons.
Uh-huh.
We watched The White House Plumbers.
Great show,
Great show.
which I told you to watch.
Yes. I told
Woody
Allison.
Harrelson, Justin Theroux.
Yes. And I knew nothing about any of those guys.
Yes.
And then
Not the people that they're playing. Not
Yes.
Woody Harrelson and Justin Theroux. You knew about them.
the people that they're playing is very interesting. And
Yeah.
we didn't know, we weren't very educated on the Watergate.
Yeah, no, because it
itself.
happened way before we were born.
Right. And Gibbs, what a character.
Yes.
He was we watched his Letterman appearance, his first
Yeah.
time on Letterman.
Yeah.
He was on Letterman a couple times.
Yeah.
And wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe what he got away with, or
Yeah.
what he did, and what he continued to do.
Yes.
It was a very fascinating show.
You're very out there.
Yes, and then we went on YouTube and watched like the history of it.
Yeah.
And you're like, they did pretty good.
Yeah.
They nailed like him putting his hand over the flame.
Yeah.
That's something he would do.
Yeah.
He was
He was a weird dude.
he was a kind of a Nazi.
Yeah. He was out there.
That was a very weird part in the show. You have to watch it.
Yes.
But like he puts Hitler's speeches on.
Yeah.
And he talks about how he wasn't
He wasn't a fan of. He wasn't into what he was. He
But
was
he-
a fan of what his writing style.
when he grew up,
Yes.
his nanny would
Yes.
would listen to that, and he thought it would pump him up,
Yes. It would get him motivated.
get him motivated.
Yes. He wasn't
Very
listening to it for because he was a fan of what he was saying.
supposedly.
He was a fan of the. It was a visceral memory of
Right.
his youth,
Right.
his Hitler youth memories.
Now I thought Justin Theroux was amazing.
Yes, he was fantastic.
It took me 2 or 3 episodes to kind of get on board with Woody Harrelson's gravelly voice.
Yeah,
I will say this. Woody Harrelson, I like him as an actor, but honestly, after seeing the whole show, it was kind of refreshing to have him play act a little bit differently.
something different than his one note that he usually plays.
Yeah.
yeah,
So his voice aside, because I was thrown off by it,
yeah.
and I think the show,
Which is because he's trying to sound like the person. He's
Yeah.
not,
the show is split. I feel like the first 3 episodes is really about the Watergate, and the last 3 is about the
Aftermath.
The aftermath.
Yes.
I really enjoyed the later half. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the aftermath stuff
Yeah.
more. Overall, great show.
Yeah.
So we watched that, and I did say to Allison, I'm like, well, Mark told me it was really good, and I heard good things, and so thank you for the recommendation.
No problem.
We enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Second show, which this wasn't also a recommendation from you a while ago.
Yes.
We watched Jury Duty on Freevee.
Yes.
Jury Duty was awesome.
Yes. It's out there.
It was very reminiscent of
Yeah.
the Joe Schmo show.
Yeah.
Now, the Joe Schmo show was something you and me got really into. It was on
Yes.
It was on Spike TV.
It was on Spike back in the day.
They took they made a reality show, and they had one person who
Was that like
wasn't
the Bachelor type one?
the first season.
Oh, that was Joe Millionaire.
That was Joe. The first season
Yes.
was the Joe Schmo show.
Yes, yes,
reality, living in a house. They had to
Yes.
play games. They got kicked off.
Yeah.
One guy
He was the only person that was actually real.
real.
Yes.
And everybody was actors, and he didn't know it.
Yeah.
And remember, they have that whole. They kept really hammering on that one part when he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" He made that
Yes.
really weird voice,
Yes.
and they kept playing
Yep,
that
yep.
over and over
Yep.
again. Fun fact: Kristen Wiig was on that
Yes.
show
she
before
was.
SNL.
Yes, she was.
So, Jury Duty. I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah.
It got nominated for a couple Emmys.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Go on the Amazon Freevee
It's quirky
app.
and good. It's worth watching after the series is over. They do a
Yes.
behind the scenes doc kind of thing of
Yeah.
how they all did it,
Yeah.
and that's like even
Well,
more
the final episode's there.
amazing. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
final episode.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. I'm thinking of because I watched the Squid Game reality show where they actually did Squid Game.
That sounds horrible.
They don't like kill the people, but they actually like when they like they shoot them with like paintball pellets
Yeah, yeah.
when they die, and they actually like have the people all like told like beforehand,
Yeah.
like when you do red light green light, if you're shot, fall over dead, and like in the different parts of Squid Game,
Yeah.
where they did like the dice game, they would kill the people afterwards, so it was kind of dramatic and everything, and like they did like the glass bridge,
Yeah.
and like they shot it in a way where like they showed it in the afterwards, like it's really only like a couple feet that the people fall into like a huge mat,
Yeah.
but they did it in a way where they shoot it so it's like green screens out, and they had like a green screen on the floor so the people just drop
To make it look like
in
they
Squid
fall.
Game. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was really cool.
Reminds me of that old show that used to be on Spike TV, which you can catch reruns of. Remember the old
The old Japanese thing.
yes, with
Yes.
the dubbed over stuff,
Yes,
and they have
yes.
that show
Yes.
was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Anyway, Jury Duty, awesome. There was one episode that was probably our least favorite is when James Marsden was going out for the role, and they really concentrated on his acting.
Yeah.
That episode it had some funny moments.
Yeah.
Least
I mean, they
favorite?
had to kind of give him one show to kind of like.
But the show was fantastic.
Yeah, it
Like
was
I
really
said,
well done.
I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Go watch
Yes.
it. Don't even watch a trailer. Just watch
No.
it.
Yeah. It was a random find on Amazon too, because it was like they just randomly promoted it, and I like saw like a bunch of things about it.
Yeah.
On Amazon because they kept like promoting it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a look at this thing. And
This
see.
doesn't happen often in my household. But I told Allison, I said, we should watch this. We can watch it during dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
Half-hour show.
Yeah.
We ended up watching 5 episodes in one night.
Yeah.
And then we finished it in 3 days. Because the following day, I think we watched 2 or 3, and then we just watched the final 2.
Yeah.
But like 5 episodes in a row is not normal for us. Usually I'd be like,
it's like an addicting show.
Is it
I
very
told Claire
addicting?
too. I'm like, you gotta watch this. It's stupid, but it's pretty good.
you know what's great? The actors were fantastic. And the guy playing the judge was really good.
Yeah.
And the writing for these characters, one of the producers is from The Office.
Yeah.
And you could really, it had that slight quirkiness. It wasn't too over the
Yeah.
top because they had to make it grounded. So this guy wasn't like,
And it was
"What
crazy
is this?"
too, because like like if you saw it in the last episode, like they had scripts written out,
Yeah.
but then he would have to change things.
Yes. Every
per
day.
the reaction of the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of how he would do things. So like they would have to bring in or people who weren't going to be like, I think one of them was like one person was only signed up for like a day or two to do a part, but then had to be in the whole thing because he like interacted with them in some way.
Yeah.
So it like dragged it out. So like they had to keep the person around. It was very cool. It was very
Yeah.
A very original idea.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I mean, not totally original because it's Joe Schmo. and
Joe
everything,
Schmo. I
but
think
very original in that they used like a court, like the jury duty
Yes.
kind of situation. Because
in Joe Schmo, that first season was so groundbreaking, but then they did like 2 or 3 more seasons.
it's one of those things where like you can only do a couple of them because it's
Yeah,
like you can't. The surprise kind of wears off.
Right.
Because people are going to be like, oh, I'm assuming if
This-
the random actors in my jury duty pool, it might be that show.
Exactly. If James Marsden is now back, yeah, he was fantastic.
That's the other thing too. I thought about that. I'm like, okay, if they do a season 2, does James Marsden get called back again for
No,
jury duty?
you can't. You can't do that.
Because I know not everyone was going to see it. So
But James Marsden, they would have to have someone
find
completely
other
new.
Z-list actor that could play that
James
character.
Marsden isn't Z-list though.
No, I know. Just saying.
It was really funny how he's just like, oh, I heard Sonic was horrible, and then he's like, I rewatched
watched it.
Sonic.
It
and
was really good.
It was really good. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
The guy was so nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk any more about it.
Yeah.
Go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the third show, Brian?
Third show, which we are in the second season of right now, which took me a little bit to get into, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it, is The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Great show. Another show. Man, I was kind of surprised you watch every show I've suggested to you.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Well,
I feel
that
like I've
show
accomplished
came
something.
to.
And Allison's liked all 2 of them, all of them so far, which is even more amazing.
The final season of that show just happened this year,
Yes.
and Allison said, like, is the show over? Did they
Yeah.
end it? I go, yes,
Yeah,
it's
just
ended.
ended. Yeah.
I think one thing it's bothersome with these streaming shows. It's hard to get into something not knowing if it's going to get canned third season in,
Exactly.
which happens to a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
And,
Or if it's going to get canned before they actually finish it.
right.
Like the writers finish it, not the.
Yeah. So going into this show, it's nice because we know it's finished. We
Yeah.
can watch it at our leisure. We're already in season 2.
Yeah.
We're watching like 2 or 3 episodes a night. It's a nice, relaxing show.
It's great.
Great show.
Very Mad Men-esque kind of styling
Yeah.
of the shooting style.
But yeah, we're enjoying it so far.
Is that show you guys ever watched?
No,
Mad
I
Men?
haven't watched
You
Mad
guys should watch that. You like that. Megan Duffy's in it. She's an episode.
Oh yeah. Well, the reason it's on Amazon Prime,
It is.
which
The Prime.
our Prime runs out in June.
No,
And
you
we're
better get
just-
on it.
We're just gonna let it run out.
You
We're
better get
done
on
with
it.
Prime. So we're watching Miss Maisel
Until
now.
the boys come back.
We're gonna watch. I want to watch Gen V, and the boys. Hopefully, it comes out before June. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to purchase it on.
Or you just subscribe for while it's out and then just get it off, sign back out of it when you're done with it.
Yeah, I could do that, but
That's what streaming services are for.
well, the thing is with Prime, it's like pretty crappy that they put a big thing out saying like, well, your subscription do you have to Prime now?
Yeah.
We're gonna add commercials to that unless you pay $3 more.
Yeah.
So
But if you
it's
have like
but we have
actual Amazon Prime,
We do
not
have
the
it.
TV version.
We
of
do
it,
have
you
Amazon
do get
Prime.
Amazon TV Prime for free with that.
sort of free. It keeps going up in price. Amazon Prime.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
But yeah, we're just gonna let Prime run out.
Yeah.
So yes, Maisel, Gen V, hopefully the boys. If not,
It's almost like
we'll have
someone
to
had
wait.
said, I don't remember how long ago, someone said something like, one of these days, these streaming services are going to be just like cable and you just have the same amount of money. I mean, I don't know where that ever came from.
Yeah, but I'm never going back to cable.
I know. I'm
Most
just
people
saying,
are never.
It's going to be
that,
that,
once that cable cord, cable keeps going up too. So
Yeah.
it doesn't like. I agree that if the these channels realize Netflix was always in the red.
Yeah.
Okay. Is red bad or black bad?
Red is good, black is bad.
They've always been in the black.
Yes.
They're not really
I
making
think.
a profit.
I don't remember.
But Netflix has never made
The other way around?
other way around. Red.
Red is bad.
Okay.
Black is good.
Netflix has mostly been in the red.
Yes.
They don't make profit, but they constantly have a wide variety of shows and movies and documentaries and
Yes.
comedy specials, and they hit every demographic. They have shows for teenagers, for adults.
Well, now they're going to stay in the red because they sank all that money into that crappy Zack Snyder thing.
That's not my point, though. My point is this. Netflix has something for everybody. You can go on there and find. Now, I don't have Netflix currently, but we will get it again for Stranger Things. But with all these other places, now they're scrambling because there's a lot. You constantly have to feed the machine.
Yeah.
So they're losing money. They have to figure out a way to make
There's
money.
also the thing of there's so much, only so much content that could go around.
Right. Commercials. Commercials was broadcast. That's how you made your money.
Yeah.
So now all these streaming services are coming up with tiers. You can have a commercial tier. You can have the non-commercial tier, but the prices keep going.
Well, the other thing too is they're not like a lot of these streaming services are trying to get into sports.
Well, they're all sports and news.
Well, if you get into sports on a streaming service like an Amazon,
Hulu has
it's
sports.
Naturally, yeah, but Hulu like simulcasts like other channels like ESPN and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it's just they're just going to simulcast the ESPN channel. You're not going to have to insert commercials into it. Is what I'm saying. But like Amazon, who's like exclusively going to have like a football game, or like Peacock, which is airing for the first time in ever an NFL playoff game this weekend, is going to only be available on Peacock. You can't watch it anywhere else.
Oh, wow.
So when you do stuff like that, those systems are already set up for television, like broadcast TV.
Well, yeah.
So they're set up where you have commercial breaks built into the shows.
Yeah.
Or just natural stoppages in gameplay and stuff.
Yes.
Where you're not just going to leave it on like a wide shot of
No.
the field or whatever.
No, I get what
So
you're saying there.
they
Mark.
kind of get into like Amazon. That's what started Amazon's thing into doing commercials was they got the NFL game every Thursday. So they had to put commercials into the NFL games. And now like, oh, well, if we're making money off of the NFL games and putting commercials in,
See,
why don't we do this for The Boys and all these other shows?
the thing is with Amazon, and I say with Amazon and Apple TV, their TV services, they make a lot of money outside of that. That's not their main thing. So I feel they don't need to do this. But
They make
choosing
more
to-
money
to
doing
make-
that.
Exactly.
They make more money airing sports than they do airing shows.
So I am. Well,
They pay more for that than they do a
that's
show.
why we're just let Amazon go. 'Cause
Like
I don't
Apple
wanna
TV,
give
the
money
reason why you
anymore.
see a lot of it on Apple TV now is because they got MLS. They have every MLS game, which is a pro soccer.
But if you watch a show, there's no commercials.
and they do, they're going to start doing baseball on Friday nights.
But there's no commercials in
Not
their
yet.
shows.
Give it time.
Well, I don't have Apple TV
That
anymore
tier thing's going to
either.
be coming everywhere.
I let-
Disney has it.
I know.
They all have it.
I let Apple TV go as well. I'm not going to get Apple TV again until Severance Season 2 comes
Yeah.
out.
Which, when you get that, you need to watch the Monarch show because that's amazing.
I hear it was good, but I'll wait. Severance is the
I haven't
only
watched
show.
the end of it yet. I'm
Severance
saving it.
in the last season of Mythic Quest.
Another one you might like is Reacher.
I don't know. It looks very cheap, but
It's
I heard
not.
it's good.
It's not.
I've seen clips. It looks like
The first season
a
starts,
CBS show.
The first season starts off that way, but then kind of picks up, and this season's a better story.
Is that an Amazon show?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we are going to try to watch as many.
It's a show you might like. I don't know if Allison would be into it.
Right. I did see a lot of people where the actor who plays Reacher.
Yes. He was Hawkman in the DC universe, TV universe.
A lot of people were saying he would be great Batman in the new DCU.
He would be,
And they
but he was already in DC,
Doesn't mean you can't.
and he didn't have a very good experience. So
Yeah, but it's a completely different thing now.
still,
Anyway, people were saying he would
I
make.
read articles with him, and he wasn't a fan of WB, not DC.
Well, anyway, they were showing on the Batman Reddit board this one clip from Reacher, which came off as very Batman-esque.
Oh, there's many multiple scenes.
Yeah.
where he's very Batman-esque.
Yeah, so I don't know. He could make.
He
a
would
good
be,
Batman.
but he'd also be. I don't think he would go back to DC.
Well, yeah.
I've heard interviews with him about his experience when he was doing the TV stuff for DC.
Yeah,
But
but
Jeff Johns' world of DC
it's
stuff,
different now.
and he just wasn't a fan of how things were done.
Well, you never know.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure if you throw a bunch of money at somebody, they'll do anything.
We didn't know Hugh Jackman was coming back as Wolverine, so here we are.
Well, you throw a bucket
Anything's-
of money at somebody, and they'll do anything. So
Well, I think it's Ryan Reynolds, really.
yeah,
Anything's possible, Mark. Anything's
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Anyway, those are 3 shows I watched over the break. And then real quick, we watched No Hard Feelings. Great movie. Definitely check it out.
He was all right.
We thought it was really funny.
It had its moments.
Yeah. We watched Strays.
Probably one of the most paused moments in moviedom in the past couple
That
years.
was a great scene.
Yeah.
She kicked ass.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Buck naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, full on buck naked, not just
Yeah.
movie type buck naked.
Yeah, but it was, it was kind of nice to see a kind of a romantic comedy again. I haven't seen something like
Yeah,
it
was
wasn't
very 80s-esque romantic comedy.
it wasn't over the top.
Like nerdy guy gets finds a hot girl.
But the thing was, he wasn't that nerdy. It was his parents were helicopter parents. He wanted to be free from that. It wasn't like he was a wallflower. I mean, he was a little shy, but he was just like, I want to be on my own. And his parents were
kind of
like,
reminded me of the
clinging on him.
The one with Elijah Cuthbert there, the girl next door.
Yes.
Kind of that kind of vibe.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we watched
Not as good as that, but
Strays.
that kind of vibe.
Strays was hilarious.
I see it on Peacock. I haven't jumped on it yet.
Very funny.
Same with Renfield. I keep seeing it and I haven't really jumped on
I
it.
saw Renfield in the theater. Renfield was good, but Strays was better. Strays, I kind of wish, Strays is one of those movies that brought me back to when I saw Anchorman. You see in a nice big packed theater, everyone's laughing. That's the kind of movie, man. I loved it. Strays was great. On Christmas Day, we watched Scrooge, the 80s Bill Murray classic. Still holds up. Allison never seen it. She loved it.
Yeah.
We made the big mistake of afterwards. We're on this Christmas high. We're on this Christmas movie high.
Yeah.
We're on the Amazon because we watched Scrooge on Amazon. In the bottom, Ben Affleck's
Four Christmases.
Surviving Christmas.
With Reese Witherspoon.
No.
Oh.
That's totally different movie.
Oh.
Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck and the late, great Tony Soprano.
Oh, Gandolfini.
This movie...
Oh, that's way worse than Four Christmases.
Four Christmases was way
better. That was
better.
Vince Vaughn, wasn't it?
Yes,
yeah,
that was
that's what I'm
good.
thinking of.
Surviving Christmas was one of the worst.
It was one of the worst movies.
Christmas movies I've ever seen in my life. We're a half
Not
hour.
to be confused with Fred Claus, which is one of my dad's favorite movies.
I like
for
Fred
Christmas.
Claus.
He loved that.
I don't
movie.
think we're going to be confused by Fred Claus. Fred
No, I was
Claus
talking about
great.
Four Christmases.
Okay, so Surviving Christmas, Ben Affleck.
Yes.
We're half hour into it. Allison turns to
Just
me and
stop.
she goes,
Can we stop?
I don't think I've laughed once. This movie's horrible. I'm like, we finished it.
Yeah.
God awful. Also, fun fact about this movie.
Yeah.
I think Josh was with us back in the radio days.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith had come to Hartford,
Yes, he did.
and we saw him for like $12.
Yeah, at the University of Hartford.
Right.
Yeah.
Way back when,
Yeah.
he wasn't charging $200 a ticket.
Well, back when he wasn't that popular.
Yeah. So we see a Q&A.
He was still independent.
He sold out
movie
there.
guy.
The whole place was sold out.
Yeah, but he was still like independent before Smodcast and all the podcasts and everything.
Yeah. So anyway,
I think Batman and Fat Man had just started.
you, me,
Maybe.
we all went. We saw Kevin Smith. It was like in early October. Well, Surviving Christmas came out that weekend.
I remember him mentioning it.
Yes.
I
And he
remember him
goes,
calling Ben Affleck on the phone while we were during the show.
He was saying how,
He called him and talked to Ben Affleck.
well,
on
he
stage.
said, I don't think the studio has any faith by putting a Christmas movie out in October.
Yes.
And now I see why.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was just god awful. Like, it was every Christmas trope imaginable,
Yeah.
but not funny. Not
Was it
funny.
also his last movie, Gandolfini?
He was still in Sopranos, I think.
Was Sopranos still going on at the time? Oh, okay.
It might have been, but I kind of feel bad. Christina Applegate's in it. I mean,
Yeah,
great.
I remember it was like a very promoted movie, but it wasn't good at all.
No,
was
I think
bad.
it was basically they all did it for a paycheck.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where you do one for me, we'll do one for you, kind of.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like it was that.
Speaking of which, this year is 25 years of Sopranos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that's a top-notch show right
Yeah.
there, Sopranos.
Yeah.
We did the Sopranos summer a couple years ago.
Claire started Breaking Bad before Christmas.
You should watch.
She started watching it, and then I started sitting and watching it with her.
It's amazing. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
I wasn't roped in. It took, I don't know. I probably have to watch it from the beginning. I caught like a couple episodes in and tried getting into it. I was like, I don't find this interesting at all.
I don't know. I love Breaking Bad.
I just find everyone to be terrible, and I don't want to. I want them all to be killed. So,
Okay.
didn't have the charm of like Barry. Like Barry was a terrible character. Like the person of Barry
I mean,
was
I would
terrible.
say Breaking Bad to me is better than Barry, but I love both of those.
But I'm just
shows.
saying because I think it's because it's a different way they went about it. But I don't know. I tried watching it, and it's like, I don't know.
We gotta watch it from the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm gonna try to jump back into it one of these days.
I love Breaking Bad.
I mean, you hear about it all the time, and you talk about it constantly. But I mean, just one of those things.
Not every show is everybody's cup of tea.
And the Bryan Cranston's great in it.
He's
I think it's the sidekick. I can't.
Aaron Paul's.
I don't know.
Is awesome. Jesse.
Yeah, a couple episodes I saw, he's just very whiny.
When they fight, is comical.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Well, it's also the first season that we were in, so I don't know. It could just been he wasn't into the groove of his character yet.
I don't know. It's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Mark. We should get into.
Yeah. Before we get into that, though,
What?
I want to ask you this because you're a Star Wars guy too.
Hey.
Have you, as seen by the front of our beautiful table here with the Millennium Falcon cruising through the screen, have you had outside like family members, not like your wife or anybody, but like other family members bring up to you, hey, have you heard about this Rebel Moon movie? I heard it's set in like the Star Wars type universe. Then have to explain to them how it's not, and it's a terrible movie, and not to bring it up ever again.
Mark, I'll be the honest truth with you. Nobody in my inner circle or outer circle has brought up Rebel Moon. I don't think the general public completely forgot about it after the weekend it came out because it was released right to Netflix, and it got scathing reviews.
I've had two.
I don't think anybody cares about that movie.
Two ancillary family members bring up to me Rebel Moon and asking if it's like something that they should watch. And
Well,
I just have to be like, do not do this to yourself.
Because Zack Snyder wrote this script a long time ago and brought it to LucasArts.
Oh, I know why. I know what it is. I'm just
So the headlines leading into the release
Yeah.
of it was old Star Wars script turned into Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
I don't have Netflix. I was slightly interested in it. I saw all the reviews. The people I trust online, I watched their reviews. Nothing good.
Yeah.
Then it came out. Not very good reception. The only person we know who liked it was Rocky.
I mean, that's not an unbiased opinion. Zack Snyder could videotape a turd in a toilet, and Rocky be like, "That's the greatest turd in a toilet movie ever."
Also, what I think is very deceptive.
Which is not anything against Rocky. It's just he just loves
He
Zack
can
Snyder.
like what he likes. I'm happy that he liked it.
He loves him some Zack Snyder. That's all.
That's fine. I'm happy for him. We all like different things. That's my point. Is
yeah.
this?
It's just things are bad.
The one thing that really irked me and kind of like 100% turned me off from ever giving this movie even a watch is the fact that, okay, we know the Justice League thing happened for a reason. He had to step away because of his daughter's death.
Yeah.
The studio interfered. The movie we got wasn't his
the movie
vision.
he wanted.
He made it. We got it. He got it out. We all saw it, and it was a much better product. Therefore, that happened once. Netflix
is leaning into it.
Was creating this buzz that and then
there's a Snyder cut of this movie.
Well, Zack Snyder said before the movie even came out in an interview that he made a rated R version because Netflix asked him to make a PG-13 version of this.
To make it more viewable for people.
Yes. And
for a wider audience.
Then he goes on to say how the other cut is like a completely different movie, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
So now he's forcing as a Snyder cut.
It's like you guys are just trying to double dip now.
Yeah.
This is just a
publicity
marketing ploy.
stunt.
Yes. Yeah. It's a gimmick now.
Yeah.
You know what?
So that means every movie that Zack Snyder puts out now is going to be two versions. The version that he thinks people want, which is his version, and then like this generic version that is thrown together for the studio because the studio forced him to make this movie.
And first of all,
it's like they paid you to make this movie.
It's Netflix.
How are they like telling you what to do?
Netflix
put out that crappy superhero show. I'm pretty sure they're not being like, "Hey Zach, let's dumb down your movie." They put out his crappy zombie movie without anyone telling him that was bad. Where's the real version of that then?
I know. I'm kind of over it.
I'm over Zack Snyder.
I'm over it. I like Zack Snyder as a human being. I think he's very enthusiastic about his work. I'm glad he gets to make what he makes, but I just kind of give up on this.
Yeah,
I'm not going to fall for it.
I'm done with his BS.
Anyway, let's move on to the good stuff. We had 2 shows.
So, update from our statistician in the back. This year is 30 years of Clerks. That's big news. And there's also rumor that Rebel Moon is being sued for stealing most of the story and characters from Warhammer. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
Take that, Zack Snyder.
Yeah, they got money. They'll fight it in court.
I mean,
Yeah,
you figure there'd be people that would check into that stuff beforehand, though.
it happens a lot, I'm sure.
And also, people don't even realize that Warhammer probably still exists, except for Mike Dumont and Alex. And
I hate to break to you, Warhammer is very popular.
they're the only people I know that talk about Warhammer.
Well, Henry Cavill is making a Warhammer show. I think it's going to be on Amazon or Netflix, but he's doing a whole show based off of Warhammer.
I couldn't tell you one thing about
Dude,
what Warhammer
is very popular. You go to that place in the mall. They a lot.
Oh,
of
I know.
Warhammer
Like I know, like Battle Standard has a big section of it. and stuff,
Warhammer's
too, but
very
it's just,
popular. It's not my thing.
I couldn't tell you any detail about. You could like if someone were to be like those old scenarios. You'd be like, oh, if someone put a gun to your head, I'm like, just pull the trigger because I'm not gonna give you anything. I couldn't tell you anything about Warhammer.
I don't think no
I
one's
could
going to go to
spell
you for Warhammer,
but that's
Mark.
about it.
All right, let's not be cranky old men. Let's go on.
I'm
to
not.
things.
I'm just saying it's just one of those things I never got into.
Let's go-
Like it looks cool.
Yeah.
Like when we go to cons and stuff,
Yeah.
and I see like the displays and people
People
that
love it.
have like the
Yeah.
in the tabletop area.
Yeah.
The stuff looks neat, but then like Mike Dumont, I think at one of the last Dungeons and Dragons, I mentioned like, it'd be kind of neat. Like I see like the Star Wars version of it, and that'd be kind of cool. But then like he started explaining to me like the stuff you have to do to even make one thing happen.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm lost. I'm done.
I had
don't
someone-
have that. I don't have that time.
I had someone tell me the rules of Warhammer. It was very convoluted.
Yeah.
Long.
Yeah.
The games go on for days.
Yeah.
And you have to they're really expensive parts. You
Yeah.
have to build an army.
Yeah.
Then they have just to play the game is bonkers.
Yeah.
The whole thing is bonkers to me. But for people who love it, they love it.
No, it's great. It's just like that in Magic the Gathering. I can't get into that either. I can't too many rules.
Yeah.
I just want to just play.
I'm in D&D. That's about it. That's all
Just-
you're gonna find me.
Set me off. Give me a gun. I'm good.
All right. Let's get into the things we like, Mark. We got.
I'm just saying.
We got to
talking.
wrap up the show eventually.
Yeah.
So let's do Letterkenny, the final season.
Yes.
I started it last year. I ended it like January 1st and 2nd.
Yeah.
I absolutely adored the season.
Yes, it was great. It was a love letter to the fans of Letterkenny, basically.
Yes. I think the writing, I think the through line was very well done.
I love how they didn't end
Daryl.
it.
Yes. But I love the callback.
Yeah.
The callbacks were great.
The callbacks are great. I love the fact that they didn't end it. Like
No,
it's not like
you can go back anytime.
They could jump back into it if they
Yes.
wanted to.
And I like the overall, you had Daryl dealing with who he is. Everybody's kind of dealing with what kind of person are they?
Yeah.
Do they want to leave? Are they happy where they are?
Well,
Feeling
they kind of
stuck.
made it like it was going to be like a final season-y kind of thing of everyone leaving.
Right.
Letterkenny. Going to their own thing. Like
Yes.
Squirrely Dan was going to become a Mennonite.
Yeah. Katie was going to go to Hawaii or
Mexico.
Mexico or something. Yeah, Mexico.
With the girl from the news or whatever
Yeah.
and all that. And then, Daryl was going to become a D-Gen and,
Yeah.
yeah.
I liked how it all came to a head. And then I liked
The
how
main guy was going to be stuck there by himself.
yeah, I like how they were like, we got to get Daryl out of that. We knew the whole drawing of the straws with the D-Gens and the
Yes.
gun was going to
Yeah.
happen. He's
Yeah.
like, I got to leave.
Yeah.
It was great, but I loved how, I have notes.
The comedy episode was one of my favorite episodes ever.
Yes.
Yes.
That was right. Well, Squirrely Dan's a real stand-up comic.
He is.
Comic.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And the coach, he's a
And the
stand-up
coach is
comic.
also one too, yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't have him do a thing. They just
Yeah, the stand.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it starts the whole thing where Katie's really harsh on him, on
Yes.
Daryl.
Yeah. And then like D-Gen guy like, oh man, that's tough on you.
But he was like laughing
and they were like
hysterical
trying
at
to
his
like
jokes.
rope him into like
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the guy's
Pulling one of
sister
their
likes
guys away,
him.
yeah.
The Skids. I love how they Roland and Stewart, they're like, we're gonna have the rave.
Stuart.
the rave that
Yes.
happened in season 1, no one showed up to.
No one showed up to. And then they did it, and no one showed up to it. And then, like, he just pokes his head around the window. He's like, "You gonna lock the door?"
Yeah, the door was locked.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Devin would show back up. He was the skid from the first 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, is he gonna show up?
Yeah.
No.
Who left? Yeah.
Yeah. But I absolutely love this season. But the whole theme was
I was
being
bummed no
stuck.
dicks this year.
I think we got a cameo by one.
No dicks. They talked about him, but they didn't show up in
The
show.
Mennonites, because Squirrely Dan was gonna.
Squirrely Dan had the outfit on and everything, but they didn't actually come on and do a thing. Those are one of my favorite parts, is when they do the dicks.
Yeah. But I liked
Chastity dick?
Wayne.
You seen our daughters? I can't find my dick.
Wayne dealing with the whole thing, like, is he going to be? He's happy being where he is, and
Yeah.
his girlfriend leaving and saying, when I come back, I'm not excited to come back because
Vancouver and everything. And
she's helping the Pipples.
yeah.
And then Riley and Jonesy dealing with their stuff. I think every character had some stuff to deal with.
They like wrapped everyone's stories nicely.
Yeah.
I would have liked it would have been fun to have one last Shorzy being Letterkenny Shorzy with the hockey players.
I thought there was well, they didn't have the hockey players, but I think
Like on ice doing
Shorzy
the
yelled
thing.
from the side.
He
for
does.
Something.
There's one thing in the
Yes.
hockey game when they're playing the hockey game and they
Yes.
show that clip and there's someone saying something. But
Yeah.
it'd be cool to have him on the old way where they had like the blacked out
Right.
thing so you didn't see it was him kind of thing. But
I also like how Gail hooked up with the guy who fixes
Yeah.
the toilets
Yeah.
at Modine's, which he always
Andrew.
reminds. Yeah,
Andrew.
the shitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. I
Yeah.
like that. Man, it was like I have become accustomed the last couple of years where it's Halloween, I watch the Halloween episode. When it's Christmas, I watch the Christmas episode. When it's Easter, I watch the Easter
Yeah.
episode. So I think Letterkenny will always be in my rotation.
On International Women's Day, you watched the International Women's Day episode?
Yes, that's a great episode. That's
a great episode.
That's a very funny
It's a
episode.
very funny episode.
I think the show works. It's like we call it the Seinfeld of Canada because you
Yeah.
can watch any episode at any time.
You could jump into that show anytime and enjoy any episode.
Right.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is when they go tag sale,
Yeah.
but they called it like, was it like Dickin? Deep
Yeah,
Dickin
so-
or
something like that.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
When you're trying to barter with someone,
Haggling. Yes.
But they use
They
another.
call it a thing for you.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Bartering or something.
So anyway, enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah. Great show.
For me, this is going to be.
And Claire got me a Letterkenny Shamrocks jersey. for
Yes, I
Christmas.
saw that.
A
That's
Shorzy
awesome.
jersey
Nice.
is classic.
Was it 69 on the
yeah,
back?
69 in the back. I was like, oh man.
Nice.
She's like, I've never seen this show. Oh, our little friend's back.
Oh, Frank.
Frank's back. But she's like, I've never seen the
she
show.
probably
but
won't like it.
she would, I don't know. I said you might enjoy it. It's very irreverent and it's kind of
I put it on. Allison's like, this show's so dumb.
It's a guy show.
It is a
It's
guy
like
show.
it's like a maxim for TV shows.
I love it. I absolutely love it. For me, this is our first review. I give it a 10.
Fart Book came back.
Fart Book Fart Book was mentioned. Yes.
Came back.
I was like, are they going to go Fart Book? But they want Rafe. It was
Yes.
Rafe. But I give this season a 10.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows of all time goes on that my list of favorite shows of all time. This season was fantastic.
Oh, the music video episode.
The country song.
Yes.
It was
generic country song made with AI.
It was Light Sticks.
Sticking in Sunshine or something.
It was. Hold on. It was Sundarts.
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 Yes.
Remember, I texted you.
Sundarts,
I'm like,
yes.
did you start Sundarts?
Yes.
Yeah, Sundark music video,
Yes.
which was really great.
It was classic.
Yeah, really great. I give it a 10, Mark. The season, I give it a 10. What say you?
All the seasons, because it's early and it's beginning of the year, so I want to go full 10 yet, so I'll say a 9.
You can still go 10 if you want. All right, it's a first show. Our first show
Yeah.
review.
All right, I'll give it a 10.
If you feel that way. I give it, it was
I
enjoyable.
mean, it wasn't the best season of Letterkenny, but it was still a great season, Letterkenny.
For me, I think it was one of the better seasons, but it was also a great final season.
Yeah.
Sometimes
There's only like 6 episodes, right?
they're all 6
Yeah.
episodes. Except you get a holiday
Whoa,
special.
right there.
That's fine. You can hang out.
Frank's coming to visit.
Yeah.
Don't squish them; they stink.
I know. My cat's trying to eat them.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while, so I was kind of surprised he was here.
Yeah. So, the last show,
Yes.
we reviewed all the specials leading up to this. I feel it's only up that we do this last one.
Yeah.
Is Doctor Who, The Church on Ruby Road.
Yes.
It was a Christmas special. This is the first special with the new doc. And I'm going to mispronounce his name.
I'm going to let you try to do this. This is going to be fun. Everyone,
is it
focus on Brian right now.
Kuti Gadawa? Kuti Gadawa? Ncuti.
Yes.
But it's I don't even think you pronounce the N. Kuti Gadawa. Millie Gibson as Ruby Sunday.
Bite? Sandwich? Josh is mouthing something in there.
What's not
like cootie, like the oranges? Nakuti. Whatever.
We're learning.
That's what it is what it is.
We're learning. We'll
figure it out when he actually does the real seasons.
Okay. Well, that starts in May, I believe.
Yeah.
Very excited. What were your thoughts? Let's not talk about plot or anything. Just as Doctor, as him portraying a doctor in this show, after this episode, what were you left feeling? Good, bad, indifferent? You don't know yet? What?
I need more.
Well, I always feel that way when it comes to new Doctor.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to be a fan of it feels like the know-it-all Doctor. Like, he's cool with everything and he's like figured it out.
Very Matt Smith, though. Reminded me very much of Matt Smith.
Not as much as Matt Smith. I don't know if I would. Right now, he's like my least favorite Doctor of the ones we've had so far.
Go back to Matt Smith.
The new ones.
Is very Matt Smithy.
But I don't know. It's very the sing-song parts and all that. I don't know if that's gonna be like a thing that's gonna happen more often.
We'll get into that.
I don't know if I'd be a fan of that.
Hold on, just your reaction as Doctor.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not done yet. I'm saying it's just I think I need to find out more about how his doctor is going to react, or if there's going to be something that brings him back to not being so confident. I'm not a big fan of the confident doctor, I think. I like a doctor who's weary and like...
Well, counterpoint on that, we do know that's the reason they split.
Yeah.
I think having the new doctor splitting from
Dave
Dave
understand
Tennant,
that. It's just I just
Dave Tennant,
yeah.
he
took all the worry and everything with
he
him.
has a weight on his shoulders because all that bad stuff happened.
Yeah.
Now you have this new doctor who I feel still has those memories, but he's almost free of all
carefree.
He's
kinda.
carefree, and
yeah.
I actually enjoyed that.
That's
why they're starting off with
I
season
understand
1.
That. Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. I think I
it's
just need
a brand
more.
new doc.
I just need more of him to get his personality. In one show, you can't really learn a lot,
right?
Because he's still learning the character, and he's getting his companion, and he's learning the TARDIS,
right?
And there's certain things. I feel like the old lady going into plot stuff.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Put a pin.
All right.
I got to give you my thought. Then we'll get into plot stuff because I want to talk about that too.
Okay.
For me, I understand what you're saying. Anytime there's a new doctor, it's always hard to get on board.
Yeah.
For me, going off of what you said, I was opposite of you. I actually liked the energy. I liked him knowing it all. I liked that all. There was just something about it that we've gotten away from with a previous doctor. Well, recently, because I think the doctor has become more serious in dealing with everything that happened. To me, I was like, I like the carefree stuff. I like it. I wasn't on board with the singy thingy. That's a plot thing. I don't know if Millie Gibson is somehow a pop star, or I don't know anything about her who plays Ruby Sunday.
Yeah.
Why did they put that? Could be something, a generational thing, maybe because they're like, well, this is for a younger audience. We're doing this.
I don't know.
Least favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Least favorite part of the show. But as a doctor, I liked him. I loved his energy. Everything you said, I liked about him. I'm on board so far. But I do agree. It always takes a season or half a season to get into for that doctor to find the voice, the look, the feel. So I don't think we're there yet, but I did like what I enjoyed what I saw. Plot. Now, I thought it was very well crafted. I think it was a well written episode. I liked Ruby Sunday. I liked how they really concentrated on her and who she is, where she's coming from. I like that she's adopted. She doesn't know who her parents are. The doctor even says, I don't know who my parents are either. And it was interesting because they're both orphans in that sense.
Yeah.
And I liked the goblins. I liked the ship was cool. I
Yes.
liked all that. That singing moment, not my favorite.
I think it was all just from the story that was being told.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
I do know
They do goofy things like that in the Christmas specials.
Doctor Who, they said, is going to go a little bit more fantasy,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with.
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
they've already done sci-fi to death. What
Yeah.
else can you do? Do fantasy. Goblins are fantasy.
Yeah.
I like I like the look of the goblins.
Yeah.
I like the look of the ship. I liked
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that. The singing part, Allison had watched all specials with me, and she's
Yeah.
enjoyed it. That was the only time when they sang, she's like, "Oh God, this is so dumb."
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's all right. It's not my favorite.
There's always some dumb parts in
But
Doctor Who.
I did enjoy the whole episode as a thing. If you want to talk about the old lady,
I feel like there's something going on there.
that old lady is her mom.
That's what I thought.
think.
That's what I thought.
Because the plot is she is brought to the church.
Yeah.
Well, he goes back in time.
Yes.
Because he changes they crack
Yeah.
in time with the goblins.
Yeah.
Antics ensue. Well,
Yeah.
the goblins grab her.
Yes.
Before the church can grab her.
Yes.
That changes the whole history.
Correct.
So the TARDIS and the Doctor go back in time.
Yes.
And you see the lady coming with the baby.
Yes.
With Ruby.
Yes.
Drops Ruby off. And then all this stuff happens with the TARDIS and everything.
Yeah.
And then you finally see her walking away. So she saw the TARDIS.
Yeah.
And at the very end, this old lady throughout
Yeah.
in modern times,
Yes.
she's complaining about the TARDIS being in front of her house.
Yeah.
And then when Ruby jumps into the TARDIS with the Doctor to go
Yeah.
on adventures,
They cut to her.
They cut the old
end of
lady.
the episode.
and she's like, "Oh, you're telling me you've never seen a TARDIS before?"
Yeah.
Where previously she complained about it.
Yes.
But when he changed the
timeline. And
the
she
timeline,
saw it. Then she knew who he was.
yes, I think that was her
Yes.
mom, and I think the whole time she's been living
Yes.
there, keeping an eye on her
Yes.
daughter.
Yes.
That's what I think, and
Yeah.
I think with the wink at the camera,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is,
Yeah.
right?
I'm hoping it's what it is because it was not. It's really stupid and cheesy.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Me and Allison were like, "Oh, that's her mom."
Yeah.
That's Ruby's
Yeah.
mom, and I think they'll probably bring that up later on. I liked all that stuff.
My other thought was, oh, please don't let that be like somebody in disguise kind of thing, like the master or somebody
No,
who's
no.
shapeshifted into this person.
No, I doubt. No.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, oh god, that's hopefully
Yeah.
hopefully it's something like that, like you're saying,
Yeah, I think it's the mom.
because that's the thing that's out there now is whoever the big person was that took the toy makers thing at the end of that special.
Well,
And
we
who
know,
was he working for?
Yeah, we know there's. Well, the Meep said the same thing.
Yes.
There is. Well, the master is actually in the Toy Masters.
Yeah.
Tooth.
So someone took that tooth
So,
at the end of that episode.
well, these villains have been being collected by somebody.
Yes.
We don't know.
So-
I don't think it's going to be a brand new villain. I think.
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be the master just yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the special as it is, Mark.
Yeah.
It wasn't if you were to line up all these specials, it wasn't my favorite, but it was. I think
It was a good intro
Yes.
to the character.
I do.
To
I
the
agree.
new Doctor. It wasn't like a blow out of the water Doctor Who show.
I think the Meep episode was one of my favorites.
that was probably the best one of the
Yeah.
group of them.
I
But
really
still,
like
I think it was like a good like
Good run.
introduction.
Good run.
Yeah.
I think good specials.
Yeah.
But
Nice little mini season.
also, I like how they changed the word gravity to mavity, which
Yes.
they brought
and they
back.
keep using it.
Which is great. It was so funny because Allison goes, "Oh, they said Mav." I'm like, "Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, that's great." I love the continuity with that.
Hate
Mavity.
that. Hate that with a passion. I
Why?
don't know why. It just bothers me.
It's so good.
It's so stupid.
It's so fun.
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, this is a new era of the Doctor.
I guess.
Liked it.
We'll
liked
see.
it. For me, our second TV review, I give this an 8.5. I give it an 8.5.
I was giving it an 8, so it's not fantastic. It wasn't the best. And we're just giving it for that episode.
Yes. Yes. You give it an 8.
Because that's the difference with Letterkenny. We gave it for the season.
Yes.
Not an episode.
Well, the specials are their own thing.
So, are we giving it for all 4 specials together?
Do you want to do that?
Well, I think that would make more sense because that's like a season of the show.
That's separate. You want to give? Do we want to do? We want to
because you don't usually do like individual episodes of TV
because
shows.
they're specials.
Yeah,
that's why. But do you want? Okay, special 4. You give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
Let's do Doctor Who, the
60th anniversary
Anniversary
specials as one season.
All right.
I think that makes more sense than just giving it individual episodes a grade.
Okay.
When we go back at the end of the year, I'm saying.
Yes.
So you're not like, yeah.
What would you? I'll let you go first. You can give your reasoning why.
For
and all
the
that stuff.
specials as a whole,
Yes, as a whole, what do you think?
I think it was a very nice way of wrapping up the David Tennant story from back when he was the Doctor, and a way of ending that old Doctor storyline, and a great way to like reboot this show, so to speak, without having to reboot the show.
Right.
It was like a soft reboot of the storyline.
Yes.
So I think it's like, I'd give it a 9.
Okay.
It wasn't like the best Doctor Who ever.
Well, 9's a pretty good review.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like the 50th anniversary, I probably gave a 10.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
That was a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you with that.
this is right up there.
Yep.
I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah. For me,
Like, it's rewatchable. Like, I could rewatch those.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I really would just say the same things you just said. I love seeing Dave Tennant. I love seeing Rose. I love what they did with those. Donna. Why did I say Rose?
A whole different character.
Was it Rose her daughter, though? Didn't they name her daughter Rose?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I was not thinking of that Rose.
Yes.
Sorry, Donna.
Not Billy Piper.
Yeah. It was great to see them.
Yes.
It got me back into Doctor Who.
Yeah.
These specials, as someone who dropped off. And I am happy to be back on board with Doctor Who, and I really missed it. And these 3 specials or 4 specials did it for me.
Yeah.
I like the new Doctor. I like Ruby Sunday. I want to see where this all goes. I'm excited for the new season, so I give it a 9 too.
There you go. See, you told me I was giving it too high of a score, and you gave the same thing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's probably been one of my favorite things this winter. Holiday, it like where have other things have kind of have did or just okay. This something sci-fi.
Yeah.
This has been great for me. I love it.
No, it was great.
So no complaints right now.
It was a good time.
Yeah, just less singing. That's the only thing
Well,
I
I mean, that
ask
was the
for.
one thing. I mean, kind of, you know.
But I want to know more. If
That's how they talk, is with songs.
The goblins.
Yes,
Yes,
so that
I
makes
understand. But I'm like, is she some sort of, maybe she was like a singer or something?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it was just the story.
I hope so. Yeah, she's just been in smaller stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
You might open the door to it. Who knows?
I know. Also, before we go,
yes,
we got to mention
we do.
East of the River Comic Book Collectible Show, February 25th.
Correct.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. 9 a.m. is earlier bird.
Yes.
2 floors.
2 floors.
2 floors.
Non-stop comic excitement.
American Legion Hall, 566 Enfield Street, Enfield, Connecticut, 06082. I hope to see you there. I will be selling stuff. Mark, you better be there.
I'm going to try to.
2 floors.
Yes. I
2
missed the
floors.
first one, but I'm going to try to get to this one.
All right. Because
before that, though, we have CliffsCon in Plainville at the end of the month, end of January.
Okay.
I want to say like the 26th, maybe. I don't know why that date sticks in my head. Wherever the last Sunday in this month is. At the Plainville VFW. He'll have all of his usual suspects there. Scott will be there promoting his show as well as selling stuff.
Yes.
So, yeah, check that out as well.
It should be good. I hope fingers crossed, knock on wood, that the weather's good
Yes.
for everything for these shows.
Yeah.
I know the weather's been crazy.
Yes.
It's very unpredictable.
Yes.
So anyway, Mark, it's been great to be back.
It's great to be back.
We
Yeah,
did it.
2024. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this year.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we'll do our what we
Anticipation.
got coming up this year.
We should talk about what we're anticipating for the year.
That's what we'll do next week.
Because I got stuff.
All right. We'll talk about that and so much
All
more.
right.
Next
All right.
week, it's the podcast. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on all of our social media and YouTube. We'll see you all here next week. As always, and forever, be safe, be well, be kind.
Be kind.
And
Rewind.
bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.